We haven't seen him like really drunk besides when Kill was here.
So we saw him drunk when Q was here, and he was passed out the entire time almost.
Yeah.
It was a wonderful time.
Exactly.
Some serious bromance happened that evening.
Right? Maybe I can get him to bond with me.
Maybe.
Gross.
Not like that. That's only with Devith that I'm into bondage.
I mean, you'd be at the right height.
Oh my god.
Good one.
Hey, I do like men with beards.
Well, he
It's
certainly has a beard.
So I take it we're searching the entire room pretty much amongst us.
Sure.
We got like 3 new perception rolls up there
Mm-hmm.
that nobody.
I'm eating my last piece of pizza, dude, or I'd be talking right now.
Oh, that's fine.
He's a little busy stuffing his beard.
Rogar's just sitting on this bed contemplating the meaning of life.
Hogar!
He doesn't want wine.
Why not? Why won't he drink with me? Nobody asked you!
Well, why don't you ask Rogar? You're kind
I'm
of far away
asking
from him
him.
right now.
Hogar, would you like to have a drink with me?
No, get that away from me.
Why? Why'd you even have me come and ask you?
Get that foul liquid away from me. I don't need it. I don't want it anymore.
Sure you don't.
With the loss of Kier.
It might make you feel better.
No. I've spent enough of my life drunk. I don't need any more.
You don't have to be drunk.
Yeah. You give a drunkard a drink and you ask him not to get drunk.
We could always burn it.
Babe, that's like only putting the head in. Come on.
Just a tip.
Rogar can't handle
just
just a tip.
Yep.
It makes him go crazy and
Yep. Okay.
fine.
So, Emily found some casts that look like there's wine in it. She hasn't quite tapped them in any way, but I guess if she's not going to have Rogar come and drink some, she's probably not going to fuck with all that. I'm assuming, unless she would like a drink.
Exactly.
I don't know.
No.
Okay.
Hogar ruined it for me.
Well, with Ames's search, since she was the next successful roll in line, what she happens to see, she spots an area right here that it almost seems that in this little corner right here, there seems to be some, what looks to be like hinges. And of course, the rest of this stuff here is in these barrels in this room are the same exact stuff that was in the barrels in this room. If anybody would like any more of that, feel free, help yourself. Yeah.
It's some meats and wine and some apples.
Yeah.
I would like some meat.
Meat.
Some sweet meat.
I will note I took 6 apples.
There's more than
say
enough
that.
apples. If you want
Yeah.
apples,
Take
there's
some meat and
there's probably at least a couple dozen apples in there, and there's plenty of salted, I believe it's salted pork. I don't remember, or if it even said.
can I just put in general meat?
Sure.
An arbitrary
Salted
amount
meat.
of meat.
Salted meat.
Oh, it's not sweet.
That makes a difference. Well, no, because salted meat means it'll last longer.
Yeah, it's
Not
preserved.
being refrigerated
cured.
and stuff. Yeah.
There we go.
Cured.
Beef jerky.
No,
5
stop.
apples, 8 salted meat. There we go.
jerked meat.
Anyhow, you gonna tell us about this latch there?
Yeah, I was gonna be like, hey, there's a door here. I think there's latches here.
A door.
So
Wanna check. for
you've
traps?
perceived there was a door there, correct?
Yeah. So, do I see how to open it?
Give me an investigation roll. You gonna investigate it to see if there's something going on with it, or
Traps and for ways to open it.
okay, which first?
I'll check for the traps.
Unfortunately, I was gonna say traps.
I'll check
Good thing Nick rolled 2.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, you guys. You guys don't find any traps. It doesn't seem trapped. It just seems like a door. You don't see any levers or anything. You could barely even tell that there was hinges there.
Is it like hinges like when you're on the side of the door where you pull, or it hinges on the side of the door where you push?
Or is it one of those sliding doors?
No, if there's hinges, it's
If
gotta
there's
open.
hinges,
like,
it's not a
push
pocket
or
door.
pull.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, in those barrels, it was salted pork and beef, flour, sugar, apples, and ale. In case any of you guys wanted any of that. You don't know. You see hinges. You've literally tried nothing, so
Well,
you don't know.
Does it
like
look
when you
like
look
the
at a
hinges
door,
open
yeah.
inward or outward?
Yeah, I would be able to tell that.
technically,
I would
it'd have to
assume-
open inward because the hinges are showing to us. If they're facing away from us,
So then it
that'd
would
be
come
looking
toward
outward.
us, right?
You'd probably assume that.
And there's no like handle to grab a hold of.
No, there is not.
Let's
I'm
kick it
gonna
open.
step back. Don't kick the door open. Someone
Excuse
with
me.
like a blade go in there and try and pull it.
I'll try and
Didn't
try it.
somebody have a crowbar?
I remember getting a crowbar.
I was gonna say I remember somebody
Do
having
you
a
remember
crowbar.
selling a crowbar?
No.
Use my staff.
No, I mean, I think we found one somewhere.
Did
Gil
somebody
has a
have to
crowbar.
take it? Oh, there you go, Gil. Come pry this open, Gil. It's a door.
All right, there you go. And he hands you the crowbar.
Oh, okay. Well, fine. Devils will pry it open with the damn crowbar.
All right.
You want a strength or?
Sure.
Because I technically don't.
Not really. I just don't feel good. No, thank you. No, thank you.
There we go.
That's good enough. I mean, you're using an implement. You're not doing just straight strength. You have leverage using the crowbar. So as you kind of pop it, it seems to kind of pull your way, but it does. It's kind of heavy. It's a heavy door. It's a stone door. It's a piece of the wall. So
Is there enough
it
for him
does-
to get maybe some stubby fingers in there?
oh yeah. Yeah, at this point, once he's pried the door toward you, you definitely have the opportunity.
Hey,
to
Devith,
open
let
it.
me help you.
Okay. Get your butt on up here. Help me open it.
While y'all are doing this, y'all can hear some noise. It
Oh,
it
jeez.
seems like it's coming from the west area,
Like through the
West-
door.
west of you.
What, through the door.
pretty much, to an extent.
Devith, stand back. I don't trust you being in front for doors.
There you go. Bro. You get in front of that damn thing then.
Now, it doesn't sound like it's immediately on the other side of this door.
Freaking jump
It
back.
sounds like it's a little bit away, you know,
Oh.
but it's loud and you can't really tell what it is. But you can hear something.
Can we see into this room now since we got the door open by now? Hopefully.
Yeah, you know what? He's a dwarf, right? He's pretty strong. He
Yep.
pulled the door right
There's
open.
two of us sitting here prying on it.
And
And I'll hand Gil back his crowbar once I'm done with it.
and there you go.
Gee, I wonder where this goes.
Check for traps. in the
Yeah.
hall.
Can I'd like to take a good long look down this little hallway, see if I can see anything out of the ordinary. Maybe try to get a better grasp of what the sound is.
Actually, you can hear considerably better with the door open. It's not really blocking the sound as much anymore, and because everything down here is stone and flagstone and things along those lines, things reverberate pretty good. And what it sounds like, you know what? Give me a perception roll. Who's You said it was you, right?
yeah.
Rogar's listening.
Yep.
Dev would probably
One
be
second.
looking too.
I tell you what. Does anybody have a passive perception of 14 or higher?
I just got 10.
Scratch does.
Scratch.
Yeah.
Scratch, with his keen feline senses, his sense of hearing, he hears what sounds to him like
Damn.
like feet dragging. Rogar also hears this as well. It sounds like feet dragging, and some heavy breathing, and some almost like somebody mumbling to themselves.
Oh, it's fucking Glassstaff, isn't it?
Run down the hallway.
Broken leg, broken hand. Yeah.
Don't let him get away.
Go, 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 go. Well, we
Devith
don't hear
is
anything,
going.
so we can't do anything.
Oh no.
Well, if somebody tells him, Devith is going.
Yeah.
Well,
Did you say anything, Scratch?
Not yet.
Well, Devith is
We're all just going out the door, I guess.
you
We're
just
done
see
with
us
this
charging
room.
through.
By this time, everybody's heard it. 'Cause,
And there's
you know,
like
those
nothing
two
on the
took off.
walls here.
What do you mean?
Like this is just an empty hallway.
Yeah, it's just an empty hallway.
Okay.
And what you can see
Yeah.
now is Glassstaff has made it to this point here,
Knew this was gonna happen.
I
And
knew it
he's-
too.
and he's unbound.
How the fuck did he get unbound? With broken hands and a broken leg. Jeez.
He's unbound, and he's moving very slowly.
Can
I mean,
can I run and tackle him?
Why? He's gonna
Why
run
not?
into us.
by all means, you can run and tackle him. I mean, that's totally up to you. As a matter of fact, with his movement of 5, you catch him easily, and he looks as you would expect him to look. Not only extremely, his face just contorted in pain. He sees this dwarf in armor sprinting at him, and his eyes widen, almost as big as his pupils are almost as big as his eyeballs. And give me a strength. Give me a strength check.
Strength.
You can do it.
Plenty
you
enough.
can do it. Put your heart into
We
it.
did it.
Plenty enough. You barrel into him, and you hit him. You hit him hard enough to where it knocks him back. You and him 5 feet, and you're pretty much on top of him.
Having that romantic comedy movie moment.
I missed
Yep.
you.
That makes me want of me and Devis.
And Glassstaff screams like a little girl, ah! and then he passes out. I'm assuming in pain. It's so much pain that he just can't deal with it anymore, and he passes out.
Okay. Wow.
And
So
when he hits the ground, when he hits the ground, when he hits the ground, you see a little white rat scurry this way.
Oh,
And it
Just
runs
a
away.
white. Is his body still there?
Oh yeah.
Stop that rat.
Stop
Stop
the
it.
rat.
This rat, can I charge after it?
I'm a cat. I'll chase the rat.
Can I shoot
Go
it?
get it.
Do it.
Yes,
Get
you
it.
can.
Go,
Yeah,
kitty
it.
man.
Chase
Get
the
it.
rat. Chase
Yeah.
the rat. Chase the rat. Chase the cat. Chase the rat.
No, I guess not.
Oh, what did you say, Gil?
Yeah,
I
would
asked
you
if I
say?
could shoot it.
I need to turn Gil up because I'm not hearing him very well.
Yeah.
I think you might have been asking. What were you asking?
If I could shoot it.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
Be a difficult shot.
you know what? Sure. Because I think you'd be able to shoot quicker than somebody could run over there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
as soon as I see it trying to scurry away from him, I could try to shoot it.
Sure. Yeah, give me an attack roll. And talk for me for a second so I can hear your voice and know where you're at volume wise.
He wants to hear your
This is how
voice.
Gil's gonna talk like this. Is it real low?
Yeah,
It's
you're
kinda
pretty
low.
low.
I have you at like
You sound
200% and I can barely hear you.
Yeah, have
Okay,
it
I
to
can
her as
I
well.
can switch. I'm doing it through my phone, but I don't have to. I can switch to my laptop. It'll sound better.
Do it. Kill again.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Ooh, nice.
Excellent. As the rat runs off, Gil expertly pulls out his bow with the quickness and looses one of his deadly arrows at this rat. And it finds its mark for 12 piercing damage to a rat. I'm
Is
gonna
it a
say
rat?
that flew right through and took the rat with it and
Just skewered it.
pinged against this barrel right here. So now it's like a rat kebab against this barrel.
Well, I definitely want to go over and check it out.
Rat, your dinner's ready.
Charmed an animal.
Does this sound better?
Yes.
Much better.
Yes.
Like
Like
infinitely
way
better.
better.
I can't even begin to describe how much better it sounds.
Cool.
Okay, guys, give me one moment here.
Nope.
You have a bazillion moments. I give you all of them. From me. Nobody else. You're the ones that losers.
But I wanted some moments.
Hmm.
I
You
wanted
may
my
have
moment
one.
in the
A
sun.
moment
You may
like
have
this. That was what was playing when Rogar landed on top of Glass Staff.
Shit. No, that was the moment when he landed on Gil. Or was it David? No, I think it was Gil.
All right. So, as you go over to this rat Gil, would you said you want to check it out? You gonna check out the rat?
Yeah.
Okay. It's a white rat. It looks like an adult rat. Fairly decent size. It's not a little rat. It doesn't. You don't really see anything exceptional about the rat, other than it's a rat.
What?
Okay.
What? It's a rat.
Is
What?
it dead?
It's a rat.
Oh, it's dead. It's dead as fuck. I mean, it's rat kebab.
I loot the corpse.
You get bits of white fur
I want a lucky rat's foot.
and a lucky rat's foot. Oh, that would totally be a thing. So now Rogar has in his inventory lucky rat's foot.
Excellent.
Okay.
Perhaps we should just drag Glass Staff with us this time.
Yeah.
Gag him
Make
again.
sure his head hits every single fucking step on the way down, too.
Make sure you gag him. So he's not trying to charm us again. And yeah, while they're playing with that, David kind of wants to go pick this lock, or actually pick up the keys that were left here, if they're still here.
Yeah, they're at the base of the stairwell there, where they were dropped. They're still there.
So yeah, David's gonna pick up those keys and unlock his little office door.
Okay.
Open that thing up, yeah.
As you do so, you are pulled in. I'm just kidding.
Oh, yeah. We should have this place cleared out almost, damn it.
This is what you see.
Ooh, I want to go look around, see what's going on in here.
Hey, Poochie.
Oh, pfft.
This room appears to be a wizard's workshop of sorts, kind of like a lab, so to say. You see another rat, a gray one this time, and it scurries across the floor.
Someone throw a dart at it.
Kind of takes refuge under one of the large work tables set up with an alembic and a retort and a distillation coils and some other alchemical devices.
Can I throw a dart at it?
Yeah. Can you wait until I'm done with the description of the room?
Yes. I just
Are you like
rat. I don't want any other tricks running around.
You're in murder mode, huh?
Just rat murder.
Just rat murder. You're in exterminator mode.
Fuck yeah! If the little rat's gonna help out Glassstaff, no telling what they're gonna do to us next.
I'm gonna say that with a 9, I'm gonna say that's a fail because it's the
Rats are tiny, man.
they're so small and they're so fast.
They'll pick
So
up his damn dart.
it makes its way underneath that large work table. And all these devices and chemicals and stuff, everything's stewing and bubbling away like when you guys got here, when you first got here, and Glassstaff was alerted to your presence. He may have been in the middle of making something. You're not quite sure what it is. There's a bunch of empty flasks, and like I said, things are stewing and bubbling away. Some crazy colored stuff going on there. It doesn't smell very good. And the bookshelves they're kind of crowded with sheaves of parchment and strange looking tomes and things like that.
He's gonna beckon the ladies in and be like, "Hey, make heads or tails of this." They are the magically inclined. He's kind of is, but
I am proficient in Arcana. But, I don't know. Would I know what's going on with some of this stuff? Like what he was making or whatever?
do we need Arcana
Well, I
rolls?
mean, you might have some idea of what's going on there. If you were to maybe, I don't know, check out the sheaves of parchment and books and things, I mean.
Yeah, sure. Let's
would
look
like-
at those.
I would like to look around and see, if I recognize anything that would be of something that I would recognize for magic. Sorry, I cannot think at that moment.
Okay, is
Devastator's
anyone
doing the same.
is anyone proficient in Arcana?
Me.
You are? Okay.
Me.
Looking around, you can kind of see that it seems that Glassstaff's apparatus is set up to what you feel would be to brew potions of like invisibility. Not necessarily that he's succeeded so far, but it looks to you like that's what's going on here between the equipment that's set up and the colors of potions that are being mixed together.
Does it
from
look
your...
violet?
Does it look violet?
It looks at the moment more like mud,
Okay.
bubbling mud.
Okay, Devith is gonna take out his violet potion and have the ladies take a look for him. Be like, hey, ladies, got this from the satchel. Can you make something of this? Tell me what it is.
I guess maybe both of y'all give me an Arcana check.
I know nothing.
Yeah.
It's purple.
Is it really purple though?
Purple tastes like grapes.
I think I think it's more accurately violet.
Maybe Devith with his own. Nope.
Dur.
Ilaria, you seem to feel like there are a couple of different things throughout the years that you've heard of that are violet in color.
Hmm.
Some of them are poisons, and you remember also hearing something about a potion of invisibility. But you've never actually seen one of those up close and personal. The poisons you've seen plenty of those, and it looks very similar to what he's holding out toward you.
I would recommend not drinking that.
You could let me drink it. I have advantage on saves against poison.
Oh God.
Because I'm a dwarf.
Yeah, Devith will put it away for now and just leave it alone for a moment.
Yeah. Also, Prograr's gonna drag him over here.
Drag the bitch with us.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just gonna like drag him down the stairs too, like not try to comfort him a lot at all.
Sure, every hit's hard. Fuck.
That's what we're working on, Scratch.
Then stop identifying potions. Fucking do that later.
Well, this whole room is magical crap. I mean, shit.
Yeah, but we don't need it. Unless there's like weapons or armor or something.
Alright,
Yeah.
what's this door here? I want to see if I can hear something, maybe.
Nick's
Or if I get
only
dragged
rolled
in.
an 8. I'm gonna look around that room real quick. Just to
Hey,
double check.
DM, can I check out where I'm at?
Give me one moment here.
We did check that room before.
Where are you at?
I'm over where I killed the rat. I did not check this room before,
No.
and I'm wondering.
That room has been checked, but I'll be more than happy to let you know what was found in there, especially considering it's already been found. Most of it's mainly provisions. Did anybody pick up the beaver pelts?
Don't think so.
There's 30 beaver pelts in there that either somebody picked up or didn't. And that's pretty much it, other than some basic provisions. The same kind of stuff you found in the other barrels in the other room. Some fruit, some flour, some salted meats.
Should probably take those beaver pelts. They can
Yeah.
probably be sold for a decent amount.
Sold or made into like makeshift blankets or clothing and stuff.
All right.
And Ilaria, you said you wanted to search the room real quick that you're in?
Yeah, I wanted to check it again to make sure he didn't miss anything important.
Okay. Investigation of 21. All right. Well, you do a little more thorough search this time, and as you're looking around through the papers and the books and stuff like that, you notice that there's there's a tome there that's written in Dwarvish.
I can read that.
Aw.
You can. Okay.
I felt special for a second.
Sorry.
It seems to be, as you're flipping through the pages, you're kind of just grazing over it, right? I'm assuming.
Yeah, I'm just real quick.
Right. Seems to be the journal of an adventurer named Ermon, and it describes the history of the lost mine of Fandelver and the Forge of
Ermon?
Spells. Ermon, Urmon. Yeah.
There's the book on lost mines and what?
And the
Something soul.
Forge of Spells.
Oh, jeez. There's
And
something else for us to find.
in addition to that, Ermon records that a magic mace named Lightbringer was commissioned by priests of Lathander, the god of dawn, from the mages working with the gnomes and dwarves of the Fandelver's Pact.
Now, is it a mace or is it a morning star?
The mace was lost when Wave Echo Cave and its mine vanished from history.
So it looks like something
Okay,
Rogar.
so
Maybe if, his eyes nice enough to share.
There's a mace.
Also, as you're looking around, you notice that a lot of the materials in this room don't necessarily have any value, but there's 3 small bottles that hold rare reagents: mercury, dragon bile, and powdered nightshade. And they're worth about 25 gold each to an apothecary, or an alchemist.
Damn.
What were they? Mercury, dragon, what?
Dragon bile
Mm-hmm.
and powdered nightshade.
All right. I'm going to take the book. I'm going to take those. And I'm trying to make notes. The journal was there's a mace. It was commissioned by Lathander. That's totally spelled wrong. Lost in Wave Echo Cave. Pretty much just some of it.
So we gotta find a cave here sooner or later.
Is that correct, Whitebeard? That's pretty much the summary of what that said.
Yes.
Okay. We have that now.
It's a mace, he said. Not a morning star.
Yeah, called Lightbringer.
No.
It's an actual
I
mace.
misnamed it.
Well, I don't know why you're putting morning star in there. Maces and morning star.
I thought he said it was morning star.
No, I asked.
Whatever.
I asked whether it was or not, and I find it a flavor fail that it isn't.
And I rolled to investigate this door, see if I can hear something behind it or anything like that.
Okay.
I walk up and find Glass Staff abandoned here, so I'm going to stay with him.
No,
Glass
he
staff was taken with
Yeah,
Rogue.
I dragged him
Yeah.
down to where I am. He just hasn't been
Whitebeard
moved
just
yet.
hasn't moved. Yeah. It's safe to assume Glassstaff is with Rogar unless Rogar says differently.
Yep.
That way Whitebeard's not having to drag him everywhere.
Yeah.
So did I not see your roll, or did you not do it?
What, to
Perception,
drag
it's
him?
right ab-
Oh. Sorry.
Just
What, the
perception.
door?
Yeah.
Yeah, you said you were going to listen at the door.
Yeah, it's right
Yeah.
above the alley's
Yeah.
investigation.
Oh, okay. You don't seem to hear anything. It's fairly quiet on the other side of that door.
Is it locked? Oh, well. That tells me about nothing.
Excuse me. It does not seem locked.
I'm just gonna open it. Fuck
It seems most likely that the main area when you came in from the hallway had its lock, but it's not really necessary for there to be a lock between.
Okay, I'm just gonna open it then. Fuck it, kick it open. Push
Okay.
it, pull it, whatever.
Okay.
If I get drug in, I get drug in.
When you open the door, this is what you see. It seems to be his quarters. The walls of this bedchamber, they're kind of covered with drapes of scarlet cloth. The furnishings include a small writing desk with a matching chair, probably where he sits down and writes his stuff up, his formulas and things along those lines. And pretty comfortable looking bed and a wooden chest at the foot of his bed.
I'll open that chest. Do I need to roll anything on that investigation? Or?
You're just going straight for it?
Yeah, might as well.
Okay. It opens. It wasn't locked or anything like that. It seems like it's probably got the best pickings of the loot that the Red Brands have been bringing in. It's got You want to start with the money, or you want to start with the items?
It doesn't matter. I'm gonna type it all out as you go. So.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure somebody was typing it out. Okay, it contains 180 silver piece.
180 silver, damn.
130 gold pieces.
Holy crap.
And a silk pouch containing
180 gold?
130 gold. 180 silver, 130 gold.
Okay.
And a silk pouch containing 5 carnelians. It's like a stone.
Yeah,
a precious
green,
stone.
I think.
And they're worth about 10 gold each. And there's 2 peridot, another type of precious stone. They're worth 15 gold each, and 1 large pearl. It's fairly large.
Of
Probably
incalculable
one of the bigger
value.
It's worth about 100 gold.
Good lord.
Jesus.
Damn, son. We ain't Poe no more.
And there's 2 scrolls in there as well.
2 scrolls?
Yeah.
Of what?
Are you gonna pick them up and look at them, or?
Dev will pick them up and hand them to Ilaria, says she's the best one to know what the hell those are.
Okay.
I'll look them over.
As you're reading over them, it's very plain to you what they are. One is a scroll of Charm Person, and the other scroll is a scroll of Fireball.
Ooh!
Oh shit, nigga.
Just doing a little happy dance.
On the second stone, there's 5 of them too, right? They're worth 15 gold each?
5 carnelians, 5 peridots, 1 large
No,
pearl.
5 carnelians, 2 peridots, and 1 pearl.
Okay, 2. Okay. Damn, we might as well just drag this fucking chest out.
Gil's gonna check out the desk.
Okay.
Perception, investigation.
Give me an investigation. As you're looking through, you're kind of rifling through the drawers and things like that. There's a particular letter, or a piece of parchment at least, that's folded up. It has a seal on it. And it looks of, how would you say, maybe a little bit nicer, finer parchment than, say, the commoner would normally have. It doesn't look like a letter from Matapa. It looks, especially with the seal, the wax seal.
It looks more official.
Yeah.
Is there any like actual symbol or seal in the wax?
There is, but it's been broken, so you can't really tell what it was. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's been opened already. You just noticed that it has the seal on it.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna open it up and read it.
Okay. And what you find is this.
Maybe we'll find something here that will tell us what happened to Gundren.
Ooh, the spider.
Can you see it?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we can.
Yep.
Okay. Go ahead and take a moment to check that out. I need about 2 minutes.
I'm gonna take a wild stab and say that this is from the black spider.
What was your first guess?
Except for
Who
the
is
seal's broken, so I silly we won't know that.
and who's Lord Albrick?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Oh, why is Glassstaff? Albert Glassstaff?
I don't take him for a lord.
He's too whiny.
He's a bitch.
Not arrogant enough.
And I take it Gil is showing everybody this, or is he just keeping it to himself?
Yep.
Oh, excuse me, sorry.
Anybody that wants to see it can see it.
Oh yeah, Dev will look at it, and Dev definitely let everybody knew what was in the chest. He's just taking it so he can sell it and divvy it out.
I don't know if I'm gonna part with those reagents, but I might. But yeah.
Yarno Albrecht.
Huh. Lord Albrecht, huh? Alrighty, we got one more room left to check out, and Scratch is next to it.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Are you sure it's just one room?
Yeah, it should
There's
just be the
always-
game room.
But there's probably gold in there whenever they were
There's
drinking
money
and
in
shit.
there.
Yarno
Got lots of
Albrecht.
money today.
And Devith is carrying that chest on his shoulder. So he's not checking that room. Scratch, that's on you.
I'm gonna
He's
check it out.
on hand.
I'm become an expert in this shit because I'm gonna plan on reading that journal during breaks and stuff.
Mhm.
And you can find out more about what's going on in
Hey,
the area.
Hergar. Give me that satchel and I'll put it in this chest. And just sell it all at once and then divvy it out, you know.
Some of the stuff we might not want
Rogar
to sell.
tosses it to you.
It's just gold and shit like that.
Sell the gold!
No.
It's just keeping it all in one spot. That way not everybody's, you know, loaded down with everything.
We find diamonds where can't sell the diamonds, and Illyria's not gonna let you sell that scroll of fireball.
Well, he already gave Illyria the 2 scrolls anyway, so
Yeah.
those are
She's
hers to do
not
whatever she
letting.
wants with.
She's not gonna let you sell that. She'll share the charm person one with like
Emily.
Emily if she wants it, but
I want
keeping
it.
that fireball one. You can take the charm person one, and I will take the fireball one.
Take it.
But the rest of it, the plan is to sell it and split the profits, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's just gems and stuff.
That's exactly what Devith is gonna do with it. So
Cool.
divvy.
Devith, I'll trade you this sorry excuse for a person for that chest. Make it easier for you.
I got it. Don't worry.
I need to get some.
You have a better luck holding down that guy anyways than I did time, so.
I got some stuff I need checked out, man. I've got this jade frog still sitting in my bag.
And Scratch did roll perception. What are you trying to do, Scratch?
Listen.
Make sure the room's empty, probably.
Do we need to stop by and pick up that goblin?
Yeah,
Yes,
we
we
need to
will.
grab him too.
Yeah, on
We're
the way
assuming
up.
he's on the other side of this room anyway, so.
Yeah. Maybe we can just go straight through here.
Flatbed?
Has anybody opened that door yet?
No.
No, we're
waiting
just
for
Whitebeard's
listening.
you.
AFK.
Yeah.
Oh, he's AFK?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Sorry about that.
It's all good. I listened at the door. 18.
Going into this
To the
other
south.
room that we haven't
Game
been into.
room or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Going
Okay,
into the sex chamber. I mean,
Well, he's
Um,
listening to it. I don't think he's going in
now,
yet.
quick question before I answer that. I
he's going
heard
in.
2 people. I believe it was Gil and Rogar both didn't say Lord Albrecht, although you did speak of Lord Albrecht. I believe I heard both of you say. Never mind. Totally didn't read the
What?
note myself. Nothing.
Oh my
I
God.
said Iarno Albrecht because that's the 2 names in the note.
Yeah.
It does. It does. I see that now.
Yarno is a silly name.
You didn't hear anything, Scratch. It was it's dead silence.
All right, I'm opening the door.
Okay.
You
As
find
he,
bodies torn up.
20 billion enemies arrive. I mean, what?
Yeah, Scratch like gets
a
pulled in.
fat
Yeah.
herd of bugbears.
Right.
This is what would be called like a common room. You know, there's several worn tables and chairs kind of scattered around this larger room.
Rogar checks the table.
The wooden benches they're kind of drawn up against the wall there, and decorated with draperies of brown and red. And there's several ale kegs that are propped up and tapped already. That's what you see in there. And who wanted to do what?
I'm looking around the room.
Yeah,
just searching.
Rogar checks the table.
Okay. What you find on the table is a total of 75 copper pieces,
Yeah.
55 silver pieces,
Mm-hmm.
22 electrum pieces, 15 gold pieces, and a gold earring set with a tiny ruby that's worth approximately 30 gold pieces. And it's just laid there on the table with the cards and some mugs, some tankards of ale, and it looks like it was quickly abandoned.
Yeah. Must have been the guys he came with.
I want to check these shelves.
Shelves. Oh, those aren't shelves. That's a bench.
Safe to assume we put all this money in the chest so we can.
Yeah,
give you
yeah. I just like scoop it into the chest.
Check the barrels then.
Those are tapped kegs of ale.
Pretty much in checking the entire room.
Yeah, that's really all you find.
Alrighty. It's safe to assume we can go pick up our goblin friend and get the hell out of here. And Devith has the key for that room too, so.
Yeah.
Gil knocks on the door.
Dev has the key for it.
Are you talking about the door with the goblin in it?
Yeah.
Yep.
You
Yeah.
kind of hear a little bit of scurrying. There's not much going on. I don't even think he's capable of opening the door.
Alright, well, Devith shakes his hand at Gil and's like, hey, I got the key.
Just making sure there's nothing else in there.
Nah.
It's fine. Go ahead and open.
Oh my God! There's 3 bugbears in here.
Yeah. Devith opens the door.
Oh wait, they're dead.
I head out to my
Goes
wolves.
to collect his little goblin buddy here. Hey, we had a deal. We came back. We're taking you out.
Oh, Master, thank you.
Now
Thank you
follow
so
me.
much.
Hey,
Bring
nobody calls him
Dickstaff
master
with
but me.
us.
Just kidding.
Yeah, I'm still dragging him.
Yeah, Rogar's still got Glassstaff and Goblin. I may want somebody to, help wrangle the goblin since I'm carrying the chest. just to make sure he doesn't try to run off, scratch, kill.
Yeah, somebody grab the goblin.
Sure, I'll grab him.
That way he doesn't
I-
just take off.
I
kinda-
immediately go out to my wolves after I see that like they head in there or Devith heads in there, and I just immediately start heading towards my wolves. I want to know about them. How are my babies?
Okay.
I kind of dig my claws gently into the shoulder of the goblin just to let him know. Not
To
run
let him know
away.
what.
That he
That he
shouldn't run
shouldn't.
away or he'll get hurt. Just a little
Okay.
pinprick for my claws.
Okay.
A little
Just
pinch.
screeches in pain.
This will keep him safe as long as he keeps up his end of the deal.
When you did that to him, he looked up at you with these giant, sad, puppy dog goblin eyes looking at you. And he just looks at you and says, "Why?"
Just to make sure you hold up your end of the deal and you're not running off from us.
Running where?
Just to
Away.
be sure.
Droop has no home.
No.
Well, now you have a home with us.
Oh.
Wait,
Why
what?
you
Has
do
a-
that?
Has a home?
Yes, with us. As long as you're useful and helpful, we will feed you, we will put you in a bed, all that.
Wait, what?
Or I will.
You
What?
will.
I will
Rogar
take care of the
scowls.
damn goblin.
He hears Devis say that, and he makes that face like that meme, the feels, where the eyes get all big and watery.
Devith has a habit of taking in strays.
Oh, hey. Be good if we
But-
build up a pirate crew.
I see what you're doing now.
But yeah,
Okay,
he'll take
so
care of the goblin as long as the goblin's loyal and stays true.
you get the feeling that he like if he could like hold on to your leg, he would totally do it now. I don't think
Okay,
y'all
he's
have to
better
worry
not
about
that
him
close.
going anywhere. I think if anything, you might have to worry about trying to get rid of him at this point.
That's fine. He could just follow Dev around for a little while.
It seems that he's a young goblin, and you can tell from looking at him that he is like heavily scarred. Like he's been pretty much beaten his whole life, and
Poor dude.
he doesn't know anything other than the kind of behavior that you guys saw being inflicted upon him. Like probably from birth, he's been these bugbears' bitch. For the sake of the moment, his token's gonna disappear, but he's not disappearing. It's just I don't want to have to try to control him everywhere.
Give him to Devith
Yeah,
to
after
control.
all that, he just leaves.
Well, the thing of it is that can I relinquish control of the token specifically if it's not attached to a character sheet?
You should be able to. Just go to the advanced one and
Could just make him a goblin token sheet real quick, and then I could control him that way like I did Sildar.
Yeah, but Sildar had a character sheet to begin with because he's a
That's
main
true.
NPC.
Yeah. See, he's an actual NPC. This one doesn't have a. I don't think so. Hold on for a second.
Well, he was saying like use a goblin.
Yeah, just give him like a level 1 goblin token sheet.
Okay, but I don't.
And I'll drag him around everywhere.
See, there is no goblin sheet to attach it to.
just make
You
a
can just
random
delete him, and we
sheet.
can just. I mean,
That's
it's
what I'm
not
saying.
like we're
I'll
going to be
make.
strategically placing him anytime soon or anything.
Yeah,
That's
that's
my
true,
point.
yeah.
I'll
Okay.
make a sheet for him. It's just he doesn't have one right now.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Cool.
But yeah, we'll just know he's with Devith running around. Whatever. That works for me.
I mean, he's a total. It seems like he's a total coward. He's so scared of anything and everything, because everything in his whole life has been like pain and you don't have to worry. He's not going to try to attack anybody. You don't feel that. I mean, he might like try to eat that dead rat, but other than something like that, I don't think you guys really got to worry about him for the moment.
Yeah, it's fine. Devers will probably just feed him some meat from this place, and he'll be fine.
Okay, now where's Glassstaff?
Glassstaff
now-
is
In
up
the
now-
to the
middle,
north.
though.
Hrogar is
Now-
dragging him.
But
Hrogar's been
that
dragging him for a
one,
while.
I can give control to somebody because
Probably
he
just
has a
give him
sheet,
to Hrogar.
right?
Yeah, give it to me because I'm the one moving.
Okay, to Rogar. Okay, can you move him?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. On the way out, you guys are greeted by Emily's pack of wolves, who seem very happy to see not just her but all of you.
Hrogar
They
glowers
seem
at them.
they seem to be maybe a little more friendly to the group than in previous interactions. It seems that now that they've been used in combat as part of the group, they probably feel more of maybe the beginning of some kind of pack allegiance. You know what I mean?
Aw.
I would like to
Uh,
cast Speak with Animals real quick, and then give everybody a piece of meat to give to my wolves.
Now, is Speak with Animals? I'm pretty sure I've asked this before, but I don't remember.
It is not a cantrip.
It is not a cantrip, correct? And you have a spell slot for that?
Yes.
Okay. So you pass out pieces of meat.
Would you guys mind giving pieces to my wolves to
Yes, I
help
would
bond
mind.
you guys to them? Oh God, what is your problem with my wolves? They do not hurt you. They do not show any intention of hurting you.
That's fine.
or
They can
anybody
stay
in our
away
group.
from me.
Just let him be. Let him have his time away from the wolves. It's okay. He does not have to be friendly with the wolves. Just they'll keep their distance. He keeps his.
Well, he doesn't have to be an asshole about it all the time.
Here, Hrogar, I'll take your piece of meat, and then I eat it.
Devin stiffens the meat to the wolves and gets friendly with them. He's got his own little cabana buddy anyway. So
I assume you eat the meat seductively, right?
Yeah, and then I start dancing, and I look at Hrogar with big eyes.
Oh.
Hey.
Just kidding.
safe to assume everybody's leaving that area and go back to
Yeah.
town now.
I'd like to go back to town after I feed her wolves.
Safe to assume there's a place in here I can sell all this jewelry to and get gold for, and I can start mathing that out while everybody else does their thing.
This is the current totals of what we have.
Yeah, I put them all into a Word doc.
Did you count the
Right
stuff
away.
from last time?
Yeah, I got the
I went
satchel.
through. The
Now,
only thing I didn't include was the amount of money from when Gil collected the 3 weapons and the 3 something else. It was like Gil collected some money on his own when he was collecting some weapons. I did not include that because I didn't know if Gil kept it for himself or not.
I probably did because I don't think it was very much. And
No, it was like 20 something silver, I think, some copper, and
Yeah, it
whatever
doesn't matter.
weapons
so.
you stole off the dude.
okay, I don't even remember that. But I do have 7 short swords. I don't know where I got those.
It's a lot of short swords.
You could
You
put
can
them in the
sell those to
chest, and I can
the
sell
lion
them.
shield coster.
Yeah, I throw them. I have no use for them at all. I will throw them into the
Chest.
communal
The chest.
pile.
The
You were not
Yeah, I
community
selling
also
that
have-
crap on your own.
Oh, you know what? One other
David's
thing
won't-
I do have.
doesn't have
Two.
need for the gold, so it's not like he's gonna steal any of it. Shit.
No, it's the persuasive as fuck thing that I'm worried about. I want to get really good money for it.
Oh.
Well, I'll go with
I
him because
also
I've already met the chick at the Lion Shield Coster anyway.
Mm.
Yeah.
okay. Before you guys take off, I'm gonna also give you the 2 platinum signet rings that are 50 gold each.
All right. So
Okay.
7 short swords. Is that what you said you
Yeah,
had?
7 short swords. Yeah.
And then 2 platinum signet rings.
Signet
Huh?
rings.
I feel like those rings might be a little awkward, seeing as how they probably have the symbol of the people who lived in this manor.
Oh
We don't know
well.
that. We found him in the pile.
It's in the
Yeah,
pile
we
now.
We
found
found
one
them in the
piece of
sarcophagus.
No, that's not the story. The
Yeah.
story is we found them on a dead road brand.
I'll do the talking. It's okay.
It's okay, Hogar.
He
The
crosses his arms and
scratching.
pouts. Also, Glassstaff, his token isn't out here. Just a heads up.
Dick staff.
Yeah. Well, you're taking him to Sildar, right?
Yeah.
Maybe Sildar knows who those people in the letter are.
Yeah, where's Glassstaff?
Well, he's
On
He
the other
didn't
map.
transfer
he's on the
over.
other map. Yeah.
The wolves ate him.
Yep.
So
Yeah, Rogar fed him to the wolves. That's what he gave to the wolves.
Hey, Scratch, you want to move your guy over with mine?
No.
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 I'm looking for his token.
I wanna deal with Glassstaff first before I go start trying to sell crap because I want to know what Sildar's gonna do.
Oh, that's
Well, I
fine.
mean-
Honest.
Like, the party's already split once before in this town. It's okay. You don't have to come
I
around
am
and-
not finding Glassstaff's token at
We could
all.
just say he's with.
Yeah, just assume he's with
Hogar.
me.
Okay.
I mean, it's not like he's in a really position to try to run away.
Right. All right. So y'all are gonna take Glassstaff over to the Stonehill Inn.
Yep.
Some of them are.
And-
I go with them.
Is
before
anyone else going anywhere else?
We're going to the
Yeah, but
Lion
it's-
Shield Coster.
Yeah,
for
we're gonna.
the
Before
big chest
me
to
and-
sell all the crap.
before me and Devis split, I'm gonna ask him to meet me. Him and Ali meet me in where I was positioned before, like when he came upon me.
On the other side of the orchards. Okay.
Yes. But once they have finished their stuff.
Selling.
But yeah.
She basically
Well,
said, "Make my money, but and I'll be out here."
Yeah.
Right? Bitch,
Right.
where's my money?
Well, I don't want to go into town just yet.
Because of the wolves.
Yeah, wolves aren't ready for that.
Yeah. And yeah. Anyways, I'll explain later once we arrive at that point.
So, by the way, I just gotta ask: Are these wolves? Are they still running around dragging their chains?
I'm not really. I thought we got. I thought
Wait,
we were trying to get them off.
When did they have chains?
They were chained up to begin with, and she broke them free from the stone. But they've got steel collars, or iron collars, and about 15 foot of chain on each one of them.
Oh, this was before my time. I see.
Oh, I remember.
This was before your time.
Yeah.
No, this was in the Cragmaw hideout.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I wasn't
him.
here for that.
After.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't meet up with him until we were in this town.
Oh, that's right. It was Billy Boy.
Yep.
I thought we
Okay.
freed them from their chains, but
I thought so too, but I don't remember right offhand.
No, we
so.
told-
I feel like they're still wearing the collars, but the actual chains were removed.
Yeah.
I thought she
I
had
was just
Gear
curious.
help her remove them or something. I can't remember.
I don't remember. That's why I'm asking. Okay. So, who's going to the Stonehill Inn?
Scratch and
Yep.
Dev.
And Roger.
No.
Right? No,
Dev?
Oh,
no, they're not going to. Don't know.
Yeah.
Everyone
Okay,
else
so-
except for Amelie is.
Rogar, Gil, and Ilaria
Yeah.
are going
Yep.
to. Okay.
Along with
Yep.
the class staff.
Okay. As
Who's
y'all
Droop-
walk in, go ahead.
Who is Droop with?
Droop is like
Devith.
attached to the hip of Devith.
Yeah.
Droop is pretty much always attached to Devith's hip. You'll just have
Is
to
it,
remember that.
Isn't it going to be a little like draw a lot of attention to have a goblin walking around in town?
We had a
Absolutely.
Minotaur walking around in town. I mean,
Yeah,
that would have
Minotaur's
drawn just as
not
much
an evil
attention.
monster.
To be fair, he did draw attention.
He did. He drew quite a bit of attention.
I mean, a Minotaur is
That's
like
right.
a bit more meaner looking than a goblin.
We'll deal with it if it's a problem.
Okay.
Okay, as y'all begin to walk into town, it's reaching dusk, and it's not dark yet, but the light's definitely fading. And Droop is drawing a little bit of attention. His eyes are somewhat like cat eyes, and they catch the light just right. They kind of glow a little bit, and it's kind of freaking people out. The majority of these have probably never seen a goblin up front and personal, and they look like they have a mixture of emotions on their face, something cross between curiosity and terror. They really don't know what to do. They're definitely getting out of the street, getting the fuck away from you guys. Going back in their houses,
Well, if it's
looking
that-
out.
That's
If
fine.
it's big enough an issue, we could send it off with Emily to her little camp. As long as she doesn't let the freaking wolves eat it.
Something tells me he doesn't want to leave you.
Yeah, that's right. Oh well.
It's fine. Nobody's bothering us. They're getting out of our way. That's good.
Yeah, they're not.
Yeah.
They're not bothering. They're not hassling you guys at all. But you can kind of hear some gasps and things like that. Like they're pointing, and mothers are telling their kids. You could see that they're saying something along the lines of "Don't go outside," kind of thing. Um,
Well, you
So
never
We're
it-
saw.
all wearing our red cloaks, guys.
yeah,
No
That's
one took
fine.
those
Yeah,
off before we
Devith
came
will take
into
that one.
town.
exactly.
Devith is instantly
Wait,
taking
what?
that cloak off.
What happened?
Yeah,
Oh,
when Allie realizes, she just kind of reaches behind and pulls it off and rolls it up and tucks it away.
Yeah.
Krogar
That's the
just
same.
chortles.
And as y'all are doing that, people seem even more confused now that you're taking them off. They don't know what to think. They've seen you in town once already, and you weren't wearing them, and then you came back into town sporting red capes and a goblin, and they were super confused, maybe assuming that you guys were part of the Red Brands now. And
Well-
then
Gil takes his off and throws it down and stomps on it and says, "Enough of these disguises."
yeah. So people kind of nod like, okay. Don't know really whether to believe you or not, but at least it kind of made sense to them,
Can
Well,
I do a
we are
performance?
dragging a horrible glass staff.
These
Yeah,
these
yeah,
people aren't gonna know who
yeah.
Glassstaff is.
Just as an aside, I make sure he's face down as I'm dragging him.
Thank you.
Are you dragging him on the dirt?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's getting drugged. More than
Okay.
likely.
Don't
All
kill
right.
him though.
What performance are you performing there, Gil?
My whole big show of like stomping on the cloak and stuff.
Ah, okay. Well, it seems that some that saw this act are like, oh, okay, and then others maybe seem a little more skeptical Like they weren't too sure what they saw was genuine or not. Nonetheless, you guys are making your way through the center of town there along this dirt path, this dirt road that leads into town, and you've noticed that for some time now, there's been an increasing trail of blood behind where Rogar is dragging Yarno.
I want to
I
pick up
want to
his
heal
hand.
him.
I mean, as
For
soon as I
point.
notice that he's like getting injured, I'm gonna say something because I don't want him to.
Be dead.
Leave
I
him
want him to be
alive.
able to talk once we get there. Yeah.
Okay. Well, you notice that when you kind of pick him up to keep him from dragging, that by this point, most of his upper lip and a chunk of his nose are just gone.
No,
They've
take it to the
they've
top.
they've been basically sandpapered away from being dragged miles on his face. And you're not quite
Which
sure
we
if he's
stopped
alive.
dragging him.
You're not quite sure if he's alive anymore. I mean,
Hey,
he's
one
pretty
of you
fucked up.
healers, see if he's still alive.
You're a healer.
I already laid my hands upon myself.
Yeah, I don't have any healing either. We wouldn't have killed him. You would have
Yeah.
known better. Because we had the purposeful intent of keeping him alive.
I mean, I understand that, but didn't Rogar just say that he purposely drug him behind him the whole way, face down?
He did say that
I
for some
did.
reason.
I did, in fact, say that.
He sprung that on all of us that, oh yeah, by the way, I've been slowly murdering this guy over the last few minutes while we walk down the street.
It can't be that far though. This
It's
is a
only-
really small town.
It's only like 700 feet or
We've only
so.
walked a few,
It's not
few
that
hundred
bad.
feet.
Yeah, it's not miles. You told us this was a really small town.
Actually, you know what? You guys are right. It isn't miles. It's approximately, I'd say, 700 feet.
Yep.
According to the scale on the map, between 600 and 700 feet.
So about 2
But
football
that-
fields.
But keep in mind, yeah, I was gonna say, keep in mind, that's like 2 football fields that you've been dragging this guy behind you, face down.
No, we would have eventually forced him to kick him over so we didn't kill him.
Well, I'm
I
pretty
agree.
sure that if you dragged him, period, that far, this isn't a flat plane like a path kind of thing. This is
Yeah, but we didn't know he had dragged him that far till he said, "Oh yeah, by the way, this whole time I've been dragging him on his face." That we never had a chance to be like, "Wait a minute, don't do that."
Okay. So are we retroactively saying that you would not have allowed him to do that to him?
Yeah, not
Safe
if
to
it's
say that?
tearing off pieces of his face.
Yeah, not if
okay.
it's gonna kill him.
By this
Well, I
time,
mean-
the party would have been split up, so that's up to them if they wanted to pick him up or whatnot.
Rogar tends to fall towards the front of the group anyway, so someone would have noticed him walking like that. To be
Okay.
fair.
All right, we'll go with that.
What you're describing is very different from what I was picturing. I think we were on 2 different pages. Like I was picturing a guy being shamefully drugged like through the dirt, but not like its face was being torn apart and he was dying.
Right?
Well, he was already almost dead. Then he got tackled.
I'm just picturing it like differently. Like he was harmlessly being drugged, in an embarrassing and shameful way, not like it was hurting him further or like making him close to death.
Go closer. Sorry,
I was going to say he was already close to death, but
I guess
okay.
that's true, yeah.
Okay, so the point is that if you guys were to see some blood coming from him, you would have stopped Rogar from dragging him, I assume. Okay, so we're just gonna say that Rogar picked him up and threw him over his shoulder and carried him, for the sake of story.
Okay, then his face is in my ass.
Okay, perfect. Uh, and as you guys start to make it towards the Stonehill Inn, you see Toblin out front, sweeping out in front of the establishment, and he greets you with a big warm smile and, "Hello, travelers! How are you today? Seems like you might be hungry. Need a drink? Maybe somewhere to sleep for the night, eh?"
Rogar perks up. Food.
Oh,
Goblin.
yes,
What?
No,
Huh?
What?
Toblin. Where's
yes.
Sildar? Have you seen him?
Uh, I believe he went to the Lion Shield to have some of his armor made up for him. Considering when he came back, he was without, so he needed to get outfitted.
So Devith and Scratch will run into him instead.
Well, I suppose we should go over there then. Could you prepare me a couple of bowls of your wonderful stew, and I'll be back.
Oh, you're in luck. You're in luck today. We've got some fresh squirrel stew. And if I know you, I should make
Salivating.
more than 2 or 3 bowls. Last time you were here, you had 5, more than anybody. You sure can eat for such a little guy. Kind of pats you on the back.
You're goddamn right.
He gives a hearty chuckle and seems that he's gonna finish sweeping up here in the front before he goes inside and prepares for y'all's return.
Alright. So we should go over to
About
Lion
about
Shield.
this time, Devith and
Scratch.
was it Devith and Scratch?
Yes.
Yep.
You guys walk in to the Lion Shield coster there, and well, when you know, there's Sildar standing there, and he's looking not so worse for wear. You know, he still looks like he's recovering from what you would have assumed to have been a considerable amount of torture and things along that lines, but he seems to be standing strong. He doesn't look quite as weak as almost having to drag him to your destination.
Is he standing outside or inside?
He's standing inside. He
Okay.
has his back
Oh,
to you,
Devith
but
would've
you
stayed
recognize him. You know, you recognize him from the back. That
I'd
that-
recognize that ass anywhere.
that's
Oh,
right.
God.
That's right.
Well, we did see him, practically naked.
Yep, it's true.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, you guys aren't there yet.
Rogar definitely doesn't know what you're talking about.
No, we're not there yet.
And I'm assuming he's talking to Lynn or whatever her name was.
Yes. Well, actually, no. Lynn is not in the front of the shop at the moment. You get the feeling she's around. You know, she's not standing right there when you walk
Okay.
in.
Well, Devith will walk up to the counter and start, shuffling through the chest, getting out the garnets, the pearls, the swords, just getting everything prepared that he can try to sell. He doesn't really know Sildar on a personal level like everybody else does.
And
Right, you went there when we saved him.
No. I'll call out Sildar. What are you doing down here? You're looking much better.
He's still standing facing away from you, and he goes, "I know that voice." And he turns around and he looks at you and he makes eye contact. And he says, "If it weren't for you lot, I'd be dead." And he sticks out his arm to give you a good firm handshake.
I'll shake his hand.
I
I'm
almost
glad
killed him.
Glad we could help you. And perhaps you could help us.
You're my best friend, Scorch.
He looks over at Devith unloading this stuff onto the countertop, and he looks perplexed. Like he doesn't know what the fuck to do. He looks around like he's looking maybe for a weapon.
He's with me, Sildar. It's okay.
But he's got one of those.
One of those what?
He needs. He looks like he's.
Looks Devil to look up and be like, "What? The goblin? No, we have a pact going on. He's with us, and I'm with them. We are all in a team. We just liberated the manor of all the red cloaks up there. And don't worry, don't worry."
I'll look hastily around, make sure there was nobody else in the building.
Yeah, there's nobody else in the building.
Right.
He still looks like he's looking for a weapon. Like, I mean, you guys remember this guy was captured by a troop of goblins and tortured by goblins.
This goblin, his name is Droop, and he's promised to help us find Gundren and where he's being kept.
You trust that thing?
Well, he doesn't have much choice but to help or be killed. So
and he knows where Gundren is.
Well, he said he's with the Cragmaws, and
so he has a clue. So we'll get him on the right track and find him.
He was being tortured up in the manor by the Red Cloaks, which we've dispersed of them, and we may have found their leader, and some of our group took him to the inn to find you, to see if he looked a little nervous when we mentioned your name.
Oh yeah, do you happen to know the name Glassstaff?
No, I'm not familiar with anyone by the name of Glassstaff.
I feel like at this point it would be a good time for us to show up.
Okay, you guys walk in, and
oh, here they come now.
So is this Sildar or whatever his name is?
Yes, I'm Sildar. Who wants to know?
My name is Hrogar. I'm a new companion to this group. We have reason to believe you know this man thing that I'm carrying.
Nice armor there.
Why, thank you.
And I'm assuming you turn him over so that he doesn't have to stick his face near your butt to see.
Yeah, I like flip him up and like hold him like, you know how like newlyweds, like the guy holds his wife, like just cradled in his arms.
Does this guy look familiar to you, Sildar?
He looks, and he kind of studies the man. You know, like he recognizes him, but
Jill says, "Wait, maybe this will help." And I take the glass staff and I hold it out. I'm like, "This is what he usually carries around."
Yeah, this is the guy we called Glassstaff.
Yeah, it's because of this weapon we took from him.
Ah, okay. As you do that, he kind of puts two and two together, and he says, "Oh, I at first I didn't recognize him. He's so beat up.
He's a little dirty.
Yeah, I'd say.
He was heading up those red cloaks up on the manor. Dispatched.
Is that right? He was with the red cloaks, huh?
He's the boss of them, and they even had bugbears and a goblin in there too.
Their boss, you say?
Yeah, he's working with this black spider who took Gundren.
Well, this is Iano. I know exactly who this man is. I have no idea what he was doing with the Red Brands. He's a member of the Lord's Alliance. He was sent here. He was tasked by the Lord's Alliance to set up a constabulary here.
He's a fucking traitor is what he is.
Yeah, we have
Wow.
plenty of evidence he'd been using his position for his own gain at the expense of innocents.
And he seemed rather afraid of you.
Well, I mean, I'm not necessarily sure why he'd be afraid of me, but
Well, maybe because you know him and you blew his cover or whatever. He's telling these red brands. I don't know how he got them in line or how he got mixed up with the Black Spider, but we've got
Right.
he's got a letter from the Black Spider.
Yeah, I'm going to show Sildar the letter.
and Sildar kind of looks over it, and he seems kind of confused. He's like, "Who is this Black Spider?"
He took Gundren.
The Black
And you.
Spider's the one that took Gundren. And
Yeah.
me. Oh my.
Well,
I
he
thought-
didn't do it himself, but his stooges did it.
Yeah, he hired the Red Brand to do it for him. And they've been trying to break.
No, the Cragmaws did it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
but the Red Brand's trying to make this town unsettled and disarray and all that shit.
It seems like the goblins, what captured you and Gundren, were doing it on behalf of the Black Spider. And it seems like in this town, these red brands that until recently were running the place and terrorizing everybody, were doing that on behalf of the Black Spider as well.
And he's kind of holding his chin and nodding along, listening intently. It seems that things are kind of making sense to him. He's putting two and two together, and it was the first time he's heard any of this stuff, and he just assumed that they had been kidnapped, by goblin raiders, just basically to steal their shit. He didn't really know it had anything to do with anything. So he's kind of taken aback by the information you're giving him. And about this time, Leanne comes from out in the back carrying a set of armor.
What kind of armor?
Every time armor is mentioned, you're like, what
Wait,
kind of armor?
wouldn't happen to be plate armor, would it?
Might have enough money to buy some of that now.
Yeah,
No,
once I get
it's
all this stuff, so it
1500.
might happen.
It happens to be chainmail. She's carrying a set of chainmail armor.
Is it like
And
good quality?
It looks decent. It looks it doesn't look brand new. It doesn't look freshly made.
You know, Sildar is a human. He's not a dwarf, so it's gonna be a bit big for you there, buddy.
Oh
He's
no, I
been,
already have chainmail. I'm just.
It's been repaired a few times, not badly, but it looks like probably at least one person's died in it. You're guessing.
I'll look at
But
Leanne
no way
and say,
to
hey,
know how many lived.
The what?
But no way to know how many lived.
Right. Exactly. You're guessing somebody's probably died in it due to the fact that you can tell where the chain's been mended was near the armpit, where you would guess that there was probably a pretty fatal blow that was given there. But it's been mended well, and she's bringing it out to him, and she says, "I've got that thing for you, Sildar. I told you I'd have it ready." And he looks over and he goes, "That thing?" And he says, "Oh, my chainmail. Awesome." And he grabs it, and as Devith is kind of separating the stuff on the table there, separating the gems and the everything
Yeah,
out,
put it all in the chat.
right? He starts donning his set of armor, very excited to be back in his armor. It seems almost as though the armor is part of him in some way. Maybe not necessarily this particular set of armor, but being able to wear armor in general is a big deal to him. And it seems like it's part of what's normalizing him after the trauma that he endured. Is this is going to help him a lot with putting his psyche back together, rebuilding him as a man.
Got it.
Very, very excited about putting it on.
A fine piece of mail you've got there. And slaps him on the back.
And he looks
Is this a
back.
good time to? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Is this a good time to what?
I was gonna say, is this a good time to take a break?
Sure. I don't mind.
I mean, is anybody else ready for a break or no?
I'm fine to go
whatever.
a little long. I don't
I would go with the flow. If you need a break, we'll take a break.
Break a break.
Break.
All right. Yeah, I need like
Damn it.
15 minutes.
All right.
Okay.
I need to refill my cup anyways.
Well, I also feel like there's like business to be done at the moment, like getting. I mean, selling all this shit that Devith is selling. Are you getting this money, and we need to then split up who gets how much and all that?
Well,
And
I
come
can do
up
the
with-
math on my own while everybody else is doing stuff. I just don't know how
Yeah.
he's going to try or whatnot.
Yeah, I'll still be here too.
To passively sell it, or is it going to be a
We can
haggle
do
type
the
deal?
selling bit while you take your 15 minutes or whatever, and then we can let the conversation with Sildar continue when you come back so you don't miss anything.
Yeah.
Well, I have a conversation to have with the owner, so Leanne as well.
All right.
We're gonna
Yeah,
we're gonna
we can
No,
go
go
ahead
ahead,
with
that's
the
fine.
selling bit. Just to get that out of the way.
Yeah.
Okay, well he can take a break and you guys can handle the other stuff going on there. And as she sees Devith putting all this stuff on the counter, she looks over and she sees Scratch. And she goes, "Hi, my good man. I'm happy to see you, and you will definitely be happy to see me." She
Yeah?
winks at you.
How'd that work out for you?
Worked out grand, was exactly as you said it would be. And she hands you a little pouch, a little cloth pouch. That do you take it from her?
I do.
Okay, as you do, it feels nice and hefty.
I just tuck it into my bag or whatever. Don't even check it.
Mm.
Mhm. I wonder why you don't check it.
So
I told you I wasn't lying to you.
so indeed you are not, my good sir. And in these areas, you will always have favor in my shop.
Well, on that note, I've brought some of my friends here, and actually, we followed up on your lead with the red brands. I'm sure you heard about the scuffle with the Minotaur the other night.
Indeed, it made news throughout the town.
Well, we tracked them down to they were hiding out underneath the manor, and we've pretty much wiped them all out of the manor, and we're bringing our stuff down here to sell and trade with you.
Excellent.
And these are all
Oh.
my companions they've been helping with this.
Oh, please do introduce.
Well, the short one over there, his name is Hrogar. Yeah, him.
How do you say that?
Hrogar.
Hrogar.
Herogar.
Yeah, pretend
Nice
you
to
just swallowed
make
a
your
frog.
acquaintance,
Well-
Herogar.
Well, at least it's better than Hogar.
Indeed.
And the gentleman here that's unloading all the equipment, his name is Devith.
Give it a
Pleasure to
nod.
make your acquaintance, Devith.
Pleasure's all mine.
And the lady among us here is Allie.
Just kind of smiles and nods. Hello.
And
And
Gil
she-
is the strapping man in the back there.
Strapping he is.
Gil says nothing.
Right. He just kind of. And I'm assuming these are the goods you've recovered from the red brands, eh?
That is
Yep,
correct.
we're wishing to try to sell them.
I'm sure we can put these to good use. And she's looking around, looking through the table, kind of examining everything. And she says, I can definitely take those short swords off your hands, but I'm not too sure what to do with these stones.
Well, we can melt them down and put them in some armor or weaponry.
Melt them?
Or, well, some ore you can melt.
Oh, mount them.
Or mount them. Some ore you can actually melt.
Stones don't melt, dummy.
Yeah.
Depends on the type.
Can take them up to that store on the hill that we went to.
Yeah, or is there a jeweler in town or something that might be interested in the stones? Maybe you put in
No, this
good word
town
for
is
it?
of very modest means at the moment. We're just kind of rejuvenating the community here. We don't really have a jeweler or anything along those lines. I really don't know where you would be able to unload these stones, so to say.
The miners wouldn't be interested in them?
Now, the miners, it is quite possible. However, they're mainly a provision store. They're there to provide for the miners themselves. However, if you speak to the owner of the establishment, he may be able to exchange those for you.
Well, great. Maybe we'll check that out. And maybe you can put a good word in and we get a good price from him.
Just
we're
let
here.
them
We're doing good for your town, you know.
let them know
Trying to
Lian
clean it
sent
up.
you, and be sure to let them know that you've taken care of some of those red brands. That will definitely serve your favor in this town.
They are a nasty lot.
That they are.
A dead lot.
We're a nasty lot.
Yeah, we're.
So how much for the short swords then?
For you, I'll give you full price. Don't tell anyone I did that, though.
That's between us and Sildar.
So 10 gold pieces.
And Sildar walks over, and he's eyeing the stuff that you guys brought in as well. And he says, "You wouldn't happen to have a crossbow or a longsword in there, would you?"
Definitely not. All we got were the short swords.
Were there any left that we didn't pick up?
Yeah, in the armory, but nobody wanted anything from there except for the bolts that Emily took.
Yeah,
Well,
we didn't come across any long swords, but we did find some crossbows back there, but nobody took them.
Yeah, Sildar looks capable. The place is empty now.
Yeah, just bodies. I mean, you could probably go find a bunch of stuff in there you want.
He overhears you saying that, and it piqued his interest. Seems to be.
Plenty of stores that.
Oh, with that. So she only wanted
Are you
the
saying
short
that to
swords.
him? There's plenty of stores.
No, there's plenty. There's stuff in the armory.
I
That's
think
what we're
she.
telling him.
I think she
Does,
cut out.
She cut
does
out.
this place? Sorry.
Does this place what?
Does this place also sell like provisions, like flour and sugar and apples and beef and shit?
Now, No, they do not carry that kind of stuff, but you did come across a place like that your first
Barthen's
round into town, and
Provisions.
that was at Barthen's.
Okay.
You
That's pretty
remember?
much where we're going next, anyway.
I was gonna say you didn't have such a great rapport with that guy.
Well, we came to an understanding by the end of it, but yeah. Okay.
Well, you
But
might have
I
an
think we-
understanding, but you
might wanna-
have a feeling that he does not hold you in high regard at all.
Yeah.
Well,
Gil's
if we-
used to that. We might want
if
to
we-
swing by there on our way out of town and tell him he can send a couple of those young chaps in
to
there
get his
to
ship back.
get that stuff, and that's a gift from us.
Well, we also got to go over there anyways for the rest of the stuff to sell. So
No, he
Oh, I
won't buy
thought-
the
no, that's
gems.
the other place. The place we're gonna sell the gems is the miners exchange or whatever.
oh, I didn't know there. Was
Somewhere we haven't been yet, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, I just want to throw it out there. I think Gil that was an excellent idea to let Barton know that all those provisions were in there, and
yeah.
not only might that change how he views you or the group in general, but specifically you, you may want to consider doing something similar at the Lion Shield that you're at right now.
Well, okay, yeah, I hadn't thought about that, but yeah, you're right. Okay. Well, then, yeah, I would tell her. There's back at the manor. If you can wade through the bodies of vagrants and miscreants, you'll find that we left you a lot of new equipment there. We couldn't carry it all, but you'll find all kinds of weapons and armor and the kind of goods that you can restock your shelves with. If you have anybody you can send to collect it, we're pretty sure they won't encounter any trouble.
Oh, I would be most interested in such an endeavor. Would you say it would be worth maybe 30% of the findings?
I think that's more than fair. Yes.
Okay.
Gil wasn't even expecting to get anything from it, so he jumps at the chance. He's not that good at haggling about this kind of thing.
There's no point in haggling. It's to gain favor.
Right? He's like, yes, great deal. Sticks his arm out.
Exactly.
Oh, I guess that's a good deal.
Just do us a favor and give one of the crossbows to our friend Sildar here.
Oh, but of course. Matter of fact, it seems that it's not really an issue. That even though Sildar doesn't necessarily have money on him at the moment, his credit's definitely good here. She's
So
not
does
even.
he have a long sword that he likes that he can take?
He hasn't even got to weaponry yet. He's still trying to get all his armor on.
Well, here's what I'm going to say to her. Let me make you a counter offer. Rather than we get 30% of the haul, we'll just take 20%. We're not greedy. And in exchange, you give my man Sildar anything he needs.
She's considering your offer. Excuse me. She's kind of rolling it over in her head. Says, that sounds fair. Sure. Sticks her arm out to shake your arm.
I grab it, just grip it, trembling,
God
take her
damn.
hand.
As the DM dies and we win the game. I mean, what?
Oh, shit. Ugh.
You run a good establishment here. You really ought to look into, expanding your offers to mineral provisions and maybe put that bastard Barthen out of business.
She kind of touches her face and nods in agreement. God damn. Sorry guys, I've been sick all day, so I'm having a little issue here.
There's no DM death in Dungeons and Dragons.
Well, doing her voice is kind of fucking with my throat.
Well, you don't have to do it.
Then stop that.
So she looks over the group one last time, and asks if there's anything that anybody needs before they leave.
I'll ask her if she's learned anything more about Cragmaw Castle and where it might be located.
No, she tells you that she does not know where Cragmaw Castle is. That all she knows about Cragmaw Castle is that she's heard of the general direction of where it's at, but that she, as far as like knowing trails or roads or anything like that of how to get there, she is completely ignorant to any and all that.
What is
Well,
what is the general direction?
Okay, give me 1 second here.
No problem.
Well, you don't have to do it in the voice. You can just
Well,
say
Yeah, just
I
say
understand
it.
that, but I'm still having trouble
He's
regardless.
He's gonna die regardless.
Shit.
His regular voice is being affected now.
Yeah.
It's spreading. I'm sorry.
Oh. Whew. Okay, now I'm totally spacing on this. I'm looking through the stuff here.
You want to know where it is?
Yeah, but for some reason I'm not seeing my DM section in the handouts anymore. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
The internet's
Okay.
rising up against you.
What the
Yeah,
liberal fuck?
Reaction's like, well, as long as we get a general direction, maybe the goblin can come in handy. Get him on the
Can
right
y'all hear
trail,
me?
he'll find it back.
Yeah.
Yes, I can
Yeah.
hear you. What the fuck?
Maybe refresh.
This is important, guys, because if I don't have this, I've lost descriptions for like everything.
Maybe refresh.
Try log out and log
Oh,
back in.
oh! I did the refresh and it brought it up.
Cool.
Okay. Here we go. Okay. She tells you that she's heard that it's west of Fandolin, somewhere along the Tribor Trail, that it leads you in that general direction. But that from there she really doesn't know anything else besides that. That she
Fair
wishes
enough.
she could be. Oh, goddamn. Yes, do we have cough drops? Thank you, baby. That she wishes she could be more helpful to you guys, but that she just simply doesn't know, and that she's even asked around since the last time you've been to her store. Because
Not a
Scratch
problem.
Scratch seemed pretty interested in it, and you know, it seemed like y'all were starting off a business relationship there, and she wanted to have something for you to benefit you in your search, but that she's come up with nothing so far.
Not a problem. Just keep us informed if you do hear of anything, or if you get any leads on any other kind of trouble, let us know, and we'll do the same. We'll let you know if we get any, we've come across any additional stashes like we just told you about.
Okay.
What about
Excellent.
Wayback Cave?
She doesn't seem to know anything about. She just never even heard of that.
We'll get to there. Eventually.
Wayback Cave's important.
She says, I can ask around, but as of this moment, I know nothing. Nothing of
That's
that what you
alright.
ask. You may want to entertain the thought of maybe talking to the people that frequent the Stonehill Inn in the evening. It's a gathering spot for many in town. For libations and entertainment,
And
things along those
stew.
lines. Oh, excellent stew. Oh, Toblin sure knows how to cook up some stew, doesn't he? There.
Aye, he does.
Was it Rogar?
Indeed it
Harogar,
was.
correct?
Yes.
Harogar.
Hogar.
Hrogar
He's
winks
a
at her.
hoe.
She seems a little beside herself, like she doesn't know how to respond to your wink, but flattered nonetheless.
You wouldn't happen to have any exceedingly cheap and dwarf-sized plate mail, would you?
she visibly laughed out loud when you said that. She says, "No, not any time
Alas.
recently, at least." She says, "You do know, we can always fit some to you, though. We have some of the one of the better smiths here in town."
Mm. I'll see.
Well, do you have any normal sized plate mail?
Oh, let me check. She walks off into the back. You can hear some shit rustling around. Kind of stuff moving here, stuff moving there, a bunch of metallic noises.
Gil elbows Kroger and winks at him.
He winks back.
And she comes back out, and she says, "I do. You're in luck. We normally don't come across plate very often, but we do have a set here. It's
But how much would it run?
Pretty good question. Now you're gonna make me look it up, you jerk."
150 for regular plate mail, but
It's 1,500 for regular plate mail.
1,500? That is 150.
No, I would have definitely
No.
gotten plate mail if it was 150.
Oh yeah, it is 1,500. Damn.
Yeah, it is definitely.
It is not cheap.
You can always go with Splint.
How dare you?
Hey.
What kind of a dwarf do you think he is?
Some plate mail is better than no plate mail.
She says, she looks down at at Rogar and says, well, sir, what do you have to work with?"
I'll be honest, not a lot. Except for my hands and a few hundred gold, I would say.
Oh.
Sorry.
She you can see for a moment she starts to think about your hands. Especially after the way you winked at her. And she says, "Well, we may be able to make a deal of sorts
He perks up.
for some half plate per se." "I'm sorry, my good man, but I simply cannot."
I understand. What sort of deal did you have in mind?
Well, and she seems to kind of clam up. Like she doesn't necessarily want to talk about it in front of everybody.
Davis already left. So.
You can start hearing that humming in the background.
He like pulls her off to the side and is like, the others don't need to know that I'm trying to look for better armor.
Yeah, Gil pulls Ilaria aside and pretends to talk to her about donkeys and stuff.
Donkey.
Can't think of anything, so it's like about those donkeys.
Yeah, those
The
donkeys.
links about donkeys over here in the corner.
So she kind of when you pull her aside, you can tell she's definitely warmed up to you. She's you know, like when sometimes when girls are interested in you, they touch you when they talk to you.
Uh-huh.
She's
We
doing
never
that to
do
you.
that.
Not that I've
She's
ever
doing-
experienced it, but sure.
Well, you've seen it in movies. So she's giving off the impression that she's interested in you, and not that she's asking for part of the deal to be sexual favor or anything like that, but she is definitely interested in you.
She's definitely asking for part of the deal to be sexual favors.
No. As a matter of fact, she makes it a point to let you know that that is absolutely not what she's talking about.
Oh, good. I was afraid there for a moment.
But now she looks almost insulted.
No, I simply mean that it would have been, maybe perhaps a little embarrassing for me in front of, my friends here.
And then she looks aghast when you said that. Like in her mind, you're telling her that you thought that she wanted you to bang her in front of all your friends or some shit. She's totally
Shit.
confused and she turns red
Oh, just kiss her already, Hogar.
and she backs away from you.
No.
Very-
I see. I'm simply making this worse. My apologies.
The thing about donkeys is they're shy and awkward.
Yes, you see, I believe that is appropriate as I am making an ass of myself.
The thing is, they don't think before they speak, and they make.
I get the point already.
So she explains to you that the deal she's wanting to make you is that she can hook you up with, if you had 300 gold, she could hook you up with some half plate for now, and that she can acquire acquire the lower plate for you without money up front.
There
She'll
you go.
allow you to kind of be on the credit system,
Of
and that
course.
once she gets it, she'll relinquish it to the smithy to have fitted for you without you having to actually pay. God damn!
Pay all at
Without you
once.
having to actually pay for it up front.
That sounds wonderful.
Oh, guys, I'm sorry. Ooh. You know what?
Maybe you
Wanna
Give me
needed
take
a
a
break.
break?
Give me 5 minutes, guys. I need
Yeah.
to.
Could
Make
take a
it
break.
10.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'll be back.
A bowl.
Excellent, excellent.
So will
Yeah.
I.
Oh, wonderful.
While we're eating, I want to talk to Ilaria at some point.
Sure.
Okay.
So he walks off and goes to the back, and he's fixing you guys up some bowls.
So, how many people you figure are in this inn right now? People that live in the town.
Perhaps a fair bit. I mean, there's probably not all of them, but some may. Some may be travelers like us.
How many of them you think have had their lives made more difficult or turned upside down by the red brands over the last few months?
Probably anyone that's come in here. Why?
I just have a feeling that we're sitting on a bundle of great news that we might ought to share with these poor people. I'd do it myself, but I really don't have a way with words when it comes to talking nice to a big group of people.
When
Are you
Sildar,
saying you want me to sing a tale?
I'm saying if you could sing a tale and let these people know that the terror they've been living with has been assuaged and that the red brand threat is no more and that we've set them free, essentially, it might lighten a lot of lives.
All right. She's gonna get up and go over to the other bar in the corner and try and catch his attention. I don't know if you want to actually talk it out or not.
you're trying to catch the attention of the other bard,
Yeah, I walked over towards him.
and he notices you walking towards him. And are you holding an instrument, or is there anything about you feel that would be
I need some
obvious
tell.
to him that you're another bard?
She's got her ding dong out.
My I think didn't we leave stuff in our rooms here because we booked rooms for several days, correct?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. Then no, she wouldn't have anything. She would have left her loot here, so it wouldn't get. No, she has to take it with her because of her stuffy stuff, doesn't she?
Oh yeah, it's always on your back.
Yeah. So yeah, she'd have her loot with her probably.
So you have it out, like you're walking towards him
Well,
with
it's
your loot
probably
in hand?
always across her back.
Okay. All right. He sees, and he kind of nods at you, like he recognizes that you're wanting to step in for a song or two, and he actually kind of looks relieved, like, "Whew, I've been playing for a while." So he
Well, good
finishes
night,
up.
mate.
Yeah, right. He finishes up his little ditty, and then bows gracefully out and heads to the bar to get a drink.
I hate you so much, Gil. I was not ready to do this, but okay.
You can do it.
You sing all the
No,
time
this is
anyway.
Ames. This is Ames the player, not Allie the character.
The
You sing all the
as,
time, Ames. You can do
as
it.
as he approaches the bar, the innkeeper's wife, Tobin's wife, Trilena, she has a nice tankard of ale waiting for this bard that was performing.
So
Chug it.
she'll take its place, and she does look a little weary and stuff because I mean she's not hurt, but they've been at it for like a good day and a half now, I think. And oh, God. I have a tale for you all, one of great fortune many will enjoy to hear.
Gil says, "Listen up, here, listen up."
Devin just shakes his head and eats his stew.
They look.
Yeah,
everybody
Rogar
in the
snorts
bar.
into his stew.
Everybody in the bar seemed startled by Gil.
And
Devin
she'll start. Go ahead.
actually gets 2 stews. One for his little goblin friend too.
Okay,
Aw.
That's
cool.
been stuck to his freaking leg.
And
God, I keep
she'll
forgetting he's there.
Yeah, but he's just kind of sitting in the corner eating.
You're kind of keeping him sort of hidden, right? A little bit.
Yeah, he's pretty much behind Devith all the time.
He's in your shadow.
Pretty much.
She'll start strumming her lute. Like, I have a tale of the city of Phandalin and how it was attacked by the miscreants in red. Well, a fellow group of travelers came to town and dealt with them, made them dead and dead. We've I am not good at improv. And they've gone to their hideout and picked through the corpses and brought many wares to vendors at the town. We've come to tell you all the red brands are forever gone. That's as good as I'm gonna get off the improv.
Okay.
To
Gil
kind of
kinda
keep playing,
starts to cry
singing
out
like
with tears.
similar kind of in a way more poetic way. She'll have said all of this and gone about, telling a bit more of the story about how they fought the guys and how they saved the women and the children, and make it sound a lot more grandiose and epic than it truly was in true bard fashion. Paint them as these beautiful heroes, and then she'll kind of flourish out towards our group that's sitting in the corner and goes, "To your heroes of Phandalin!" Do a little flourish thing with the guitar and then start clapping for them.
And you hear the hip hip hooray, hip hip hooray. Everybody's clapping, and not only were they taken back by this bard's spectacular performance there, but they're also very ecstatic to hear the news that this menace that has been ravaging their town for some time now is their reign is over. They're very happy and smiles and clanking glasses and the bard the other bard looks over at you and kind of nods like, "Are you done?" kind of thing.
I mean, she'll wink and she'll actually message to him, "Do you wish me to continue playing so you can continue to take a break?"
He's freaked the fuck out. He don't know why the hell he hears a voice in his head.
He's a bard. He doesn't know about message. What
He's
kind of
not
a
in,
bard is this?
He's not a magical
He
bard.
might not be a magical bard.
yeah,
He's just a
he's
dude
not-
with an instrument.
exactly.
He's a
So
busker.
he doesn't know, but he's kind of looking around like up at the sky, like where's this voice coming from? And he says out loud, he says, "Yeah, sure, go for it."
Alara will kind of laugh and she'll stay there and continue to kind of play some music for them, sing a
Devith will
song or two.
actually go
Right
up
on.
to Ilaria and kind of tell her to try to draw them to keep their new strength up and form like a guard or something, in a new, better way than what he just said.
Yeah. And Gil hears Devith saying that, and he chimes in and says yes, and let everybody know that Harbin give him some credit for this, and say that he's behind it 100%, and that if they can form some kind of militia or something, they'll be much more protected, and nothing like this could happen again.
She will continue to weave a tale, and it'll be about how Phandalin can grow to greatness, how kind of give them this song of community, and basically, try and get them to realize you need to come together and that you're here for each other and you need to help each other and blah, 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 blah. Mention the town hall dude, how he
Harbin West.
would have been mentioning the story about the capture of the leader and how he helped to lock him up and all that stuff.
Nice. And it seems that what the tale you're telling is really sinking in. These people here it's night has just fallen, so those that drink heavily have not had the opportunity to drink so heavily yet, and it seems that there's some conversation going on now between the visitors of the inn. Like I said, it's one of the only places to come at night for food and drink and things. So people that aren't actually staying at the inn, that live in the area, they come here for entertainment and things along those lines. Um, so there's some conversation going on now about you can hear Harbin's name being thrown around and we need to do something and maybe we haven't given this guy a fair shake and
When
you're hearing. Go ahead.
when Gil hears somebody saying something like that, he kind of elbows in and says, "Yeah, actually, not a lot of people know, but Harbin sent for us to come here and take care of the threat. He went into his own pocket
And with
and
that, David,
to try to solve the problem. He couldn't find the resources he needed here, so he sent for us, and it's all because of him that we were able to put the red brands to ruin.
And they're like,
Spread the word."
oh wow, and as you're saying that to them, I'm taking this is in typical Gil fashion. You're not being too quiet about it or nothing. You're I get the impression that Gil's very brash, like
Not the
he's
quiet type.
not the quiet type.
I'm actually trying to make as many people hear it as I can. Yeah.
Okay.
He's practically
Well,
shouting, almost drowning out Allie.
as you're doing that, you kind of look up from the table that you're talking to, and you see two tables over. You did you go to the did Gil go to the miners' exchange?
yes.
Yes, I was there.
Okay. You recognize a woman sitting at that table with it looks like a couple of other women and a man sitting in armor at the table, and everybody's eating and drinking except for the man. He's just sitting there. Seems to be scanning the room. And as you said that, you make eye contact with Halia from the miners' exchange, and she seems to have overheard what you were telling this group, and she's just nodding her head like, hmm.
Oof.
I resist the urge to wink at her.
Okay.
Just do it.
I don't wink at her because yeah, I'm trying to I want the message to get through to her as much as to anybody else.
Sure.
He also probably doesn't want to get pummeled by the guy in armor.
You get the impression that the guy in armor is probably like a personal guard. Like you get the from what you've heard around town, especially from the hearsay here and there that you in the tavern, and I mean not the tavern but the inn and such, that this Halia, that she's the closest thing that this town has actually had to any type of government whatsoever.
She's kind of the unofficial leader, sort of.
Kind of, but like
Okay.
undercover, like
Well,
she
once
doesn't.
I get that impression, then I do wink at her. I try to make sure nobody's looking at me, but yeah, I kind of give her a wink.
Okay. She seemed to not only take it in but kind of be pleasantly surprised by the news. And she sees you wink, and she flashes you a quick little smile.
Aw.
Like maybe not like oh, I'm totally lusting over you, but a warm, friendly, just a quick little smile, like,
No, I've already noted it in the spank bank.
gotcha. Okay. So Toblin comes back out with a few more bowls for you guys, and passes out the rest of the food. And as he does, he sets out tankards for of ale for everyone, and he says, "On the house!" And everybody, when they hear that, they turn around and everybody gives a hip hip hooray, hip hip hooray, and they're celebrating this good news, and really really psyched to not only hear um, of the defeat of the Red Brands, but that the the crushing force that took this evil from their presence is here in their presence at the moment, and they're attempting to celebrate with you guys.
Well, Devith already left. He probably left mid-performance after he finished, his first bowl. He was like, "Yep, I'm good." He went to go see Emily.
Okay, so
He went to fill her in on everything that's happened and all that stuff, since she's always around with her wolves outside.
so you headed to Emily?
Yeah.
What did you say? You headed to Emily? Okay.
Yeah, he left like mid-performance, and whenever he saw everybody got it and all that stuff, he just kind of slipped out and took his goblin in tow and went out to Emily.
Right on.
Yeah, as soon as Allie realized her message just kind of provoked everyone to talking, she's gonna kind of look at that other bard and kind of give him a look, being like, "Your turn again," so she can go eat and stuff.
Right on. So he smiles very gratefully at you, and was not only happy that you gave him a break, and you get the feeling that he's a hired he's hired for entertainment here. That Toblin and his wife hire this guy on festive weekend nights to perform for the crowd that comes in. So he was very thankful that you gave him a break, and he's also smiling because he's happy that not only did you give him a break, but that it was also one of the heroes that gave him a break. So he he feels really good about that, like awesome. And as he passes you, as you're passing toward the bar and he's passing back to the performance area of the room, he he gives you kind of like one of those, not a hug, but one of those kind of like side one-armed, you know what I mean? Yeah, he gives you one like that, and he kind of shrugs you close, like, yeah, like, fuck yeah, kind of thing, and heads off to go
So
perform
give him
now.
a peck on the cheek and then head out.
Oh, he just, he flushed. He totally flushed, like, he's like a schoolboy getting his first kiss. It was cute. And he goes off and he starts singing his thing, and he's doing it with some new vigor, like now he's performing, and he's like looking right at you, like
This
he's
one goes out to
attempting,
my girl.
right? Exactly. He's like making he's putting on his best show, trying to impress you now.
Cute.
Not only because y'all are the heroes, and that you're a fellow bard as well, a musician as well, but that he's kind of taken with you, and he's like Nick said, he's into it. He's totally into it.
He wants in the pants now.
No, I mean, I'm sure that's where things naturally progress, but he's not like trying to seduce you. He's just
No.
He's flattered, and he's kind of giddy and shit. He's putting on the concert of his life.
He's got new material to sing about now.
Right.
This one comes from the heart.
Oh shit!
Wow.
Gil eats stew.
Nice.
Yeah,
Allie is now eating and drinking.
yeah, Rogar is probably on his like 7th bowl of stew by now.
And you guys noticed that Toblin was not bullshitting. This stew that he made, that that these hunters caught a whole group of squirrels. That this stew it's even better than the last time. This was like this is some next level fucking soup here, man. Y'all are just digging the shit out of this.
I try to flag him down and I say, Toblin, pint of ale for me and one for my buddy Rogar here.
No, no drink for me, please.
I'll take it.
Okay, give his to Ilaria. He's earned it.
So he nods and he takes the empty tankards away and brings them back filled.
Well, I get drunk and full and then go to bed.
Awesome.
Pretty much the same.
That's everybody's plan, huh?
Yeah, Rogar
Devin's
eats
doing
till he can't
other
eat no
things.
more.
I heard two of y'all talk at the same
I'm
time.
sorry.
Do it.
Oh no, Devin's doing other things and probably taking over for Scratch's watch, so Scratch can go enjoy festivities.
Oh, that's
Okay. Okay. So, was there anything before you left Emily? Was there anything you wanted to do or say or anything before you go to relieve Scratch?
That.
Or you just went for a quickie?
Well, no, he's gonna go rest for a while and stuff like that, and do a short rest.
Okay. Well, you
Go
go.
over Scratch
You
and
go and you relieve Scratch, and Scratch goes and he enjoys some of the festivities as well, and gets his drink on, gets a full belly, and I'm assuming everybody's crashing out for the night except for Devith. You're pulling guard, and Emily's probably all
Well,
cuddled up with
everybody's
her
gonna
wolves.
switch out doing
Yeah,
guard.
Rogar will keep watch after Devith.
Yeah, everybody will have like their own slotted time for guard
Sure.
throughout the night.
As soon as Allie gets a full rest, she'll relieve someone for guard
We're
duty.
mixing the full rest with the guard station.
Right on. All right, guys.
Gil
Well,
goes after Rogar and he kind of tells Ilaria, like, hey, you don't need to take guard tonight. I'll take your shift. You get
Are
some
you
rest.
sure?
You did good. Yeah.
All right.
Maybe go find
Thank
that
you.
bard friend of yours.
She just kind of smiles. No, she shakes her and goes, no, I don't think I will. She's not a hooer,
Emily.
guys, okay? God.
But he
Devith
was
will
such
also
a
watch
nice
the wolves
gentleman.
when Emily goes to guard and all that crap.
all right. So everybody beds down. You get your sleep on. Everybody,
Gets their freak on.
yeah, whatever they're gonna do, you do. Whoop, whoop.
Allie's a little sad that Kira's gone.
Kira's kind of sad he was gone too for that little event because they would have shook the house just dancing and drinking and shit.
Right? Could you imagine a fucking minotaur dancing? That would have been
he would have been
fucking
dancing all
great.
over the place.
Allie would have been perched on top of him doing her shit.
That's awesomeness. All right. Well, it's almost 1 a.m, guys. I think this is probably a good spot to shut down.
What on earth is that sound?
Agreed.
Someone like
Packing
clapping?
cigarettes.
Oh.
Somebody's
Sorry.
baiting.
I was baiting, sorry.
Nick trying to intoxicate his blood with cigarettes.
You're like, I'm finding this incredibly hard to masturbate too.
It's not working, damn it.
Guys, I just want to say, excellent role playing today. Very much. I know we didn't get much in the ways of combat at all, but some
We
good
needed a
storytelling going on
non-combat
there.
session. We haven't had one of those in a while.
Yeah, that
I don't think
last
we've ever had
combat
one.
session, we just had combat after combat after combat.
Yeah, this is our first non-combat session, and I think it went very well. There was a lot of there was inter-party growth. There was dealing with not only people that you've dealt with already, but you spoke to a couple new people. You've
Made a new friend.
Redeemed a character.
yeah, you redeemed a character. I mean, I'm
Was it
liking
worthy enough for a level?
it.
You
Well,
did say after we
I
got
was-
out of there we'd get a
I
level.
was gonna make you wait until you wake up next session for it, but yeah, if you guys want to level up, go right ahead
Sweet.
because you will
Then
have
we
leveled
don't have
up.
to do it during in session at least.
Sure.
Yeah, saves a little bit of time.
Yeah. I'm-
Yay!
This is the big level for most of y'all.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, we get all
That's
the
when I
good
get to
stuff
do
at level
shit.
3.
Yeah.
Yay.
All
Things
kinds of good
change
stuff.
at level 3 for sure.
Yay!
I'm
Thank
immune to
you,
disease.
DM.
You mean Gil's gonna become even more of a fucking arching badass?
Right?
Oh, just you wait. Just you wait.
We're not
Man,
even gonna get in the room and Gil's gonna be like, it's dead.
right? Hey, Gil's pretty fucking lethal with those arrows,
Yep.
and it seems to not be too horrible anymore with his rapier.
He's not failing as much as he did that first time.
Right.
He's practicing. He's getting a little better with his his
Right.
sword.
Swinging his
Excellent.
dick.
He's like, I'm not gonna kill myself again with this thing.
Instead, Rogar wanted to last time.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, we
But,
brought him back. That was fucking funny.
Yeah, but nonetheless, guys, I'm really I don't want.
Proud. You're proud.
Oh, I'd say proud, but I don't know. That seems kind of cheesy to say that.
No, it doesn't. Praise
but
us like we're children, damn it.
I am. I'm proud of you guys, y'all. I was starting, honestly, I was starting to worry in our first couple sessions that it was gonna be fucking total murder hobo party. I really was, because there was almost no conversation, and it was fucking kill anything that moves.
Well, that's
But,
Kira's perspective.
Huh?
It's kind of
Gil
why.
has been misunderstood.
That's half why I switched Kira out. Well, kind of, not really half. Because Kira's perspective is to kill everything that moves, and I wanted somebody that could actually, hold a little bit more brains.
Sure.
Well, Kier just didn't want to be reined in. So, like, he would have been fine if he could have learned restraint better, but, I mean,
Well,
really.
to a point, you weren't going to be able to restrain him. I mean, you didn't even really try to restrain him.
He's like, look, baby, you gotta
You
let
just wanted
this
to
bull
scold him
run.
all the time. It's like, really? Damn it.
So yeah, I'm pretty proud of you guys. Y'all are evolving into a much more cohesive unit and coming up with plans and getting things done in
Finally get to use it.
in not such a murder hobo-ish fashion. So I'm really psyched about that. That makes my perspective from a DM much more entertaining for me.
Don't worry, the murder hobo will be back.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a time and a place.
only on
There's a
Rest
time
Road.
and a place for murder hobo. Believe me.
We just had to get your hopes up. All right, guys. Well, I gotta get up early, so I'm gonna get out of here. Good night.
No.
Good night.
All right.
I have
Good night.
Idiot has a question. How do I do the hit point increase? Like, I know it's either the 5 or the D8 plus my con modifier per bard level after first.
Yeah.
So, like,
Yeah,
is that
so
it's just
just
con.
what is
the
your
con modifier?
Yeah, just
What is your
con.
con modifier?
Yeah.
just
Roll your
worded a
D8s
little weird.
And then add your con.
What is your con modifier? 2 or
Probably
1?
2.
Okay.
Have to go look.
Or take the average.
So you either roll your D8 plus 2, or like
Or I
you said, you
the
take the
5
average.
plus 2.
Yeah.
And I can't roll and then take the 5.
No,
Nope.
No,
one or the other.
do one or the other, because I already rolled mine, so I took that.
Ooh, nice, Devis. That was almost a max on your roll.
It was actually a
It was a 5.
5, yeah. 5 on the roll. So it was
It
average.
was mine. Yeah, it was my
Oh, that's the after score. Okay. I
Well,
was
it
thinking-
already factored in my con, so.
Yeah, so
The
that's
highest
actually
I
what you're
can
getting.
get is an 8, 9, 10. Or I can take a 7.
7.
What?
I think it's
Or-
just better for me to take the 7.
Or you could take a 3. It depends on your roll.
Yeah, see, I think I'm going to just take the 7. It's safer for me that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it gives you an average. You know, you basically get the average, or you can take the chance and roll.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I would just
24.
much
Oh,
rather
how?
always take the average.
Ooh,
Well, it might
24
be more
bludgeoning damage.
beneficial later, but right now I need consistently good health increases, and knowing my luck,
Yeah.
I'd roll like a 2.
Yeah.
And they always get damage either
Like what?
way, even if they save.
Hey, just saying, throwing this out there, and
This
Kalen
is
can
why I didn't roll.
Kalen can attest to this. In our tabletop game, I am notorious for having the absolute lowest roll every initiative roll. Like every initiative roll. It doesn't matter. I think maybe of the 2 years we've played, like twice, maybe twice, I've rolled high on initiative.
That's
But
Yeah,
funny.
bro, you back cleanup.
it's true. But also, my luck goes the other way when it comes to hit die rolls.
Yeah,
All
always.
all of them but one. When we hit level 10, that roll was a low roll, but all the other ones were all like I think mine's a 12, right? For fighter. The D12,
Fighters D10, I think.
D10. Yeah, okay. I'm rolling like nothing less than 7s and 8s the whole time. Some of them
Lord.
some of them 10s, like maxing them out and so you never know. If you think that your rolling luck is really bad because of one particular thing, your rolling luck might be fucking astounding at other things. You never know.
All my rolls.
Yeah, and we play easy mode where if you roll below the average, you take the average.
Do we really? I've never done that. I just roll.
What?
Oh, I
Yeah,
like that.
you don't even know because it's never happened to you, but everybody else has benefited from it a lot. Like if you roll below the average, you take the average. The roll is
Well,
just to
then
see if you can get above the average.
that sounds
higher.
retarded.
I like that.
Like, then why don't you just always roll?
Well, you do always roll.
No,
But you
you do.
would.
You do. It's not. It removes the choice of whether you need to roll or not. You should always roll, but
You know?
it prevents anybody from getting fucked over and over again because the lowest you can get is the average.
But that completely removes the
Yeah,
risk of it.
the point of rolling it is to have some sort of risk in it.
Risk
Not
and reward
just,
kind of thing.
I didn't get extra health.
Right. But the choice of whether or not I want to risk rolling my hit die is something that we just don't play with that. So that nobody feels like they're fucked over on their hit die. So you lose that one choice that you get to make, a maximum of once every few months, and instead you get to play a character that could never be too low on HP.
Guess what I just realized?
What?
I never had Jack of Trades turned on.
Meaning what?
I didn't have some of my extra numbers on my stat rolls for my bonuses.
Ah. Yep.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's not bad because the main skills I've used are the ones that I have proficiency in already, so. But yeah, I should have had Jack of Trades turned on for level 2.
Right. No, I totally get that. Who just jumped out?
'Twas not I.
Was it Scratch? Or was it
Tor or
MLA?
Amelie.
Yeah, it was MLA and Scratch. Both of them are gone.
Oh shit! Not even a peace out, huh?
Oh, Emily
Oh,
told
jeez,
everybody
guys.
good night already.
Yeah, MLA already told everybody good night. Scratch just kind of disappeared.
Huh?
He was rather quiet tonight.
What?
I have expertise now. What should I make my expertise stick down? I gotta double my proficiency bonus.
They could be tired.
Oh, just wait. I can make intimidation at 12. Think about
Ooh.
that.
Jesus.
I just like my water.
Not
Wait, a
What?
12? You get +5 from a skill?
Not a 12.
No, I would get a 12. At third level, choose 2 of your skill proficiencies. Your proficiency bonus is doubled.
Yeah, the
for any
proficiency
ability
bonus,
check.
not the plus. So you'd get
Your
plus 4
proficiency
from
bonus,
your proficiency.
Yeah, or your proficiency bonus
Plus
is
your
2.
stat modifier.
I wonder how I set that up on my sheet. The bonuses for those are just the modifiers, right?
Yes.
Well, the modifier plus, if you're trained in it, the proficiency bonus too.
Yeah.
Never mind. I went from a 6 to an 8 with the double proficiency.
Yeah. That's
That definitely makes sense. Yeah, that's awesome.
Let's see what that would look like. I don't think I'm going to keep it on this one, but just because that's where I tested it.
Oh, I just like my 22, and then I can spend another key just to add another D10 to it.
I'll probably figure all this out before I head out. Get her all sorted so I don't have to mess with it next week.
Yep.
But food is so good. I haven't eaten it today.
God, that was strong. Love it.
Oh man. Due to a.
I get any more proficiencies.
Yeah.
What?
No, nothing.
No,
I
what?
also get that one too. Haha. So if I'm a shot from a distance, I have a chance to, hurl it back at the enemy.